Welcome to the 299 News for Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. I'm Aiden.
I'm Matt.
I'm Cole. All right, we'll be talking about the increased naval activity in the Black Sea and Elon Musk possibly stepping down as the CEO of Twitter. Boys, I have breaking news. For the first time in the 299 history, we have 4 people on the podcast. So I'd like to welcome our special guest, Mason.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be on here today.
That's insane. So let's get started by talking about Volodymyr Zelensky's visit to the U.S. Capitol. Anybody got some extraordinary details about this?
He didn't dress up. He wore like wartime clothes. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
That's all I got.
However, I'm gonna pull up my cheat sheet as usual because I'm a cheater. The Kremlin is threatening a long war with Ukraine and its Western allies as Volodymyr Zelensky traveled to Washington, D.C. on Wednesday to meet with Congress and the president to seek more funding and weapons, nearly 10 months after the start of the Russo-Ukrainian war. Zelensky spoke at a joint session with the House and Senate during his visit and paid his respects to the U.S. during his address to Congress Wednesday night.
On the special Christmas time, I want to thank you, all of you. I thank every American family which cherishes the warmth of its home and wishes the same warmth to other people. I thank President Biden and both parties at the Senate and the House for your invaluable assistance. I thank your cities and your citizens who supported Ukraine this year, who hosted our Ukrainians, our people, who waved our national flags, who acted to help us. Thank you all, from everyone who is now at the front line, from everyone who is evading victory.
A $2 billion package for military assistance towards the Ukraine was also announced. Included in the package is a Patriot missile battery, which would help fend off any Russian missiles that target any of their homeland.
I do remember him saying that the money wasn't going to be charity money, so I'm not sure if that means Ukraine plans on paying it back eventually. Because that's a lot of money we've given them. I think it's like close to $50 billion at this point.
Yeah.
They need it to be fair.
And I find that contradicting to the article I read not too long ago, a few minutes ago. It said that the title of it, Putin says Russia wants to end war in Ukraine. So I just find that interesting. At first they say that it's going to increase in tensions. Well, no, it says it's going to end.
Well, they're threatening the long war, which means they don't want. That doesn't mean they necessarily want it. It's like the U.S. threatening to nuke a country. It's like we don't want to nuke them, but we will if we have to. The Middle East. My bad, guys. My bad.
We haven't nuked anyone there, Cole. Yet.
So you were saying that Putin wants to end the war, right? He says, I remember the quote saying, "The sooner the better," ending the war. But the problem is what he's demanding from Ukraine is not what Ukraine is willing to give up, because he wants the eastern regions. Plus, he wants to doesn't he want to take down Zelensky as the leader? He wants to put his own puppet government there, basically. He wants Ukraine to be puppet to Russia.
Well, he has been wanting that since we started the war.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, Putin just wants Ukraine to concede without a war, without more fighting.
He has been circulating peace talks with Ukraine since mostly the start, so he can at least go in, get out, let's go Russia. But so far, I do believe Zelensky has said that we're not making peace until Russia's completely out of Ukrainian land.
Yeah, because I think the whole point of this is that Ukraine applied for the EU, and they also applied to NATO. which is against the Russian Constitution, which is supposedly supposed to say that, according to him, it's against the Russian Constitution for any country that borders Russia to be a part of NATO. But isn't the Baltics a part of the NATO?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so
Also,
that kind of makes
what is
sense.
this? And that's odd that he would state that, because considering this isn't Russia, this is Ukraine.
Yeah. Exactly. That's I was thinking the same thing. I just find that off. Like that's really odd because that's his own domestic affairs trying to
It's like the U.S. trying to
Some of
say
that
we
in
want to
foreign
do
affairs.
what's going on in Afghanistan because we don't like this happening in our country.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
SPF. We talked about him last week and how he got arrested, but he's not been released, but he's on home arrest after a $250 billion bail. So, Aiden, would you like to explain a little more further?
Well, I haven't read too much into the story because as of this recording, this came out within the last hour. But SPF is on home arrest at his parents' home. He's
What a chat. Mom, Dad, I gotta stay at your house for a couple of years.
Yeah, guys. Excuse me.
I mean, to be fair, he's got supportive parents.
But
Unfortunately.
if my son committed as big a fraud as he did and then ran away to the Bahamas, I'd be like, boy,
And
get
then
out
got
of this
arrested and sent to your house. I mean, what do you think
Yeah.
of that as a parent?
yeah. The part is that he got caught. Like, why'd you get
Yeah.
caught?
Yeah.
It's not what you did. It's why'd you get caught?
And I'm not saying I agree with that at all, because like if my kid did something like that, I wouldn't exactly be very proud of them. But
I'd be so proud that they almost got away with it. But once they
His
get caught,
computer will be taken away for definitely a month, easily, if you're caught with
a
fraud like
month.
that. A month.
I
he's
think
not
that
gonna be
Get
allowed
talk
to
to his
play
friends,
Roblox
get-
anymore.
Cole, we don't say that word on the podcast. No more
Yeah, like
Roblox.
Roblox Arsenal. Alright, we filled up the Roblox quota for
You
today.
can't play Rise of Nations.
Last time we
anymore.
brought up Roblox, it got sexual. Let's not go there again.
What? What?
yes.
Season 1,
Yes.
episode
Guys.
5.
I totally forgot about.
Oh, we're moving on now.
Wait,
It's
there's
now
one more
time.
headline. There's one more headline that I want to bring
One
up real
more?
quick.
Alright,
Okay,
alright,
well,
alright.
okay.
So his ex-girlfriend, who also had ties to FTX, she pleaded guilty to charges that would land her 110 years in prison.
What charges were those?
A lot.
Charge-
I don't
Did she,
remember
like-
off the top of my head.
Did she expose anyone to nuclear radiation or something? Jesus, guys.
Yeah.
I
Kill
used to
someone to get
parents
that,
to
like-
kill people.
Oh my god. All right.
Formerly.
Well, it's time for our weekly making fun of Elon Musk.
Yes.
On a Twitter poll, Elon put up a poll saying that asking whether or not he should step down as the CEO of Twitter, and that he would abide to the results. Well, 57% of people voted that he should step down, and now it has been announced that Elon is looking for a suitable replacement for him as the CEO of Twitter.
Yeah, a replacement
Oh,
that's as
what?
foolish as him. That's as foolish as him. Yeah, I mean, so many employees are quitting Twitter. Even the CEO is leaving too. I mean, come on.
He also, this was a headline I heard recently that he's changing it so only members of Twitter Blue can vote on policy-related polls. So his ego is so destroyed that no, man, only people who pay money can affect the company. No.
Yeah, and even they think he should step down.
Yes.
Yeah, we've only bought Twitter Blue just so they can troll, and frankly, that was worth it.
Oh, can we go back to talking about the Twitter Blue trolls? Like, I mean, do
Yeah.
we want to talk about George Bush again?
I missed this. I
Instant
missed this.
companies.
Yeah, I remember that
I
one.
miss killing Iraqis. Oh man. Okay.
Oh, shit.
And the whole insulin's free now.
Yeah, insulin's gonna be free, and then
Yeah.
insulin companies losing billions of dollars.
Yep, that was fun.
Yeah, let's do
Go
that
back
again.
to
Wait, let me get a picture.
Okay,
Yes.
You know the account that tracked Elon Musk's private jet, and now he said he'll keep that around.
No,
for his
I don't
future?
know that account
Oh,
at
you
all.
don't? You haven't heard about that one?
No, I
So,
don't know about it
uh,
at all.
So it logged like 12 visits to Epstein Island, and then it was banned. So yeah, pretty
I think
important.
we know where Elon's been. All right, Mason. This topic is geared towards you.
Mhm.
This weekend, on a Sunday morning, Argentina, led by Lionel Messi, won the World Cup, the 2022 World Cup.
Argentina nuevo. Uno.
And
Let's
he's
go,
he's
Messi!
back.
Oh, vamos, vamos. I heard it was a really good game. I couldn't see it though.
Yeah, Argentina. I watched the entire thing. Argentina was up 2-0 until there was like 8 minutes left, and then Mbappe scored back-to-back goals for France to tie it, extend it to extra time.
And then it went to penalty. Yeah.
Where Messi scored another goal to get his second, and then Mbappe scored his third goal off a penalty kick, sending it to penalty kicks where Argentina won 4-2 in penalty kicks to win 3-3, and Messi wins his first ever World Cup, which many believe solidify him as the greatest soccer player of all time.
Sadly, he's retiring. So this is at least this last game was a victory.
Well, it's like Peyton Manning when he retired after winning the Super Bowl.
Which one?
Super Bowl 50.
Oh, 50.
Broncos, Panthers.
Yeah, I remember that one. I saw it.
15-1 and MVP.
Speaking of football, Speaking of football,
how'd the Cardinals do this weekend?
shut up, Cole. I'm not talking about the Cardinals today. You've heard of NFL Sunday Ticket, right, Cole?
Oh. Yes, I actually have. I
Okay.
actually have. I know what it is.
Yeah. All right. So it used to be on DirecTV, but starting in early 2023, it will be coming to YouTube TV. For those of you that are unaware, the Sunday Ticket package has been a long-time DirecTV exclusive deal since the company first started offering satellite TV in 1994. It allows customers to watch any NFL game from any market every Sunday. So you can watch the Steelers in Florida, you can watch the 49ers in Massachusetts. It's undecided whether Google will how much they're going to charge their users to use the NFL Sunday Ticket, but we do know it will be an add-on to YouTube TV or a standalone a la carte option to YouTube Prime channels, whatever that is. We also don't know if they'll continue to maintain the satellite portion of NFL Sunday Ticket. There's a pretty good chance they won't because DirecTV's been losing market share to the cord-cutting trend over the last 10 or so years. That's the reason for said deal. So, yeah, probably not going to stick around on DirecTV much longer.
Speaking of sports news, last Sunday, the same day the World Cup happened, the Patriots were playing the Raiders, and in the I do not in the last play. So they're thinking, all right, guys, it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna do this complicated play, and we're gonna win. Cole, why are you saying L? You're literally a fan of the Patriots. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, I'm not. I'm
So-
a Steelers fan.
Throw it to the
Get
to
your
the guy on the
facts
far right.
straight. He's a
Excuse me.
Steelers fan. He hates the Patriots.
He is a Patriots fan. I know. I should know. I go to school with him. So,
I did
Mason,
too.
what happened?
I did
What happened?
too.
What happened, Mason?
dang.
Explain it.
So he throws it to a wide receiver on the far, I think, right of the field. All right. So
Left.
he's running. So, but he laterals it back to another guy, and they catch it, and then he laterals it back again, back to the quarterback, and then I think
Put the
Chandler
quarterback on the
Jones intercepts it, then runs for a touchdown to win the game. They sold
Shoves
with that
Mac
one
Jones to the
play.
ground.
Yes.
He absolutely kills Mac Jones,
Yep.
and it's the most hilarious thing ever.
Murders him, and
Yeah.
then Belichick walks on to the disgrace of what his team has accomplished.
And the funny part is Chandler Jones was on the Patriots like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Okay, and to finish off tech news / sports news, everybody's favorite theorist on YouTube, Matthew Patrick, and the owner of Game Theory. Well, he's no longer the owner as he's sold his channel to Lunar X, a company. Will be representing him in meetings and in other contract and taxes and do all of the hard business work, he said, as this is going to let him record more videos between the 5 channels he has, or well 4, but he announced a 5th one coming out soon. And he's saying that there will be 7 to 10 videos a week between the 4/5 channels. So be cautious. I think many YouTubers you're gonna see now are gonna start selling their channels so that they can not, especially the bigger ones, so that they can spend more time recording and have their somebody representing them in meetings instead of themselves.
And speaking of video sharing sites, popular social media app TikTok could soon be banned in the US again. The US Senate has approved legislation to ban TikTok, and now the House has to decide on the bill too. Now, with ongoing pandemics and inflation, you would think there would be more important priorities, but the reality is that politicians have been busy getting their dance moves on rather than passing legislation that could actually get Americans back on track. Hence why banning TikTok is more important than anything else, because it's the culprit of everything wrong with the world.
Are you quoting The Onion or something? Are you quoting The Onion?
Wait. I'll vote in a second. I gotta fill TikTok. Guys, I'll vote on legislation soon. I'll reach you the bill. Give me a second. Give me a second.
And with that, we close tech news off with quite a banger.
So our last topic of the week, before we move on to history, is that over to you, Mason. What do you have to tell us about Japan?
Oh, Japan. Fun fact: Japan has said recently in a news headline that their goal is to maximize nuclear energy production. In a very twisted development. So I guess what this article is saying is that Japan has been focusing on green, hydropower, windmills, stuff like that. So this means that they're switching more to nuclear, which, while sure is still not as bad as coal, is still, I think it's a way to be energy dependent. What?
Oh, why you gotta insult me midway through there, huh?
I didn't.
Why you gotta insult me midway through? Why you gotta insult me midway through?
I mean, especially since I think this is going to be really good for Japan, especially since they are very energy dependent on countries like Qatar in the Middle East for natural gas to fuel their economies. So this will help them be not as reliant on Middle Eastern energy. Cole, why are you looking at me like that?
Because of my family yelling.
They're laughing at you. They're laughing at you.
Yes, I know. I can hear my family's laughing at me in the other room.
Yeah, they heard me say nuclear power, and they started laughing their off.
Hey, we got a cuss word.
Cuss word.
Hey, get him out of here. Get him out.
All right, moving on to history now.
Oh.
What are we covering today?
So last week we finished with the Chinese Civil War. Commies won because commies are amazing at this time, I guess.
I can't believe them.
And basically, we talked a little bit about the Korean War. So Mason, do you want to talk about the causes of the Korean War and the build?
All right, causes of the Korean War. All right. So you know how in the end of World War II, the Soviet Union invaded Japan?
No.
Yeah. So
I'm just kidding. Yeah, we did talk about that.
It was all sad. Anyway. So in the Korean Peninsula, where Kim Il Sung was doing this thing, the United States also invaded in the south, taking Seoul in a lot of the populated areas. And they decided, you know what, we should divide. What if we just split up the peninsula?
Uh-oh.
And they did at the 38th parallel. In the north, a communist regime, as you know, with the Kims, my favorite dynasty, and in the south, just some republic or something like that. The usual American proxies. So both sort of wanted unification. So yeah, war. So would any of you guys like to start with opening for a few months of the war?
Matthew, you want to talk about it, or
Yeah, I think Matthew should start on this.
Matthew?
Matthew,
No,
you got it.
no.
You have 60 million
No.
subscribers.
60? What? No. No. How about we talk about the? Oh no, that's okay. I don't know.
Right.
No one ever talks about the.
So the
Korean War.
north. Okay, so the north invades the south because the north is just what if we had a united Korea? What if, with the help of the Chinese and a little bit from the Soviets, they invade the south, and they reach and they get much territorial gains in the south. But then the U.S. and the UN kind of show up in South Korea, they kind of
Yep.
they put on their big boy pants, and they finally show
Yeah.
up.
Let's go, MacArthur!
Yeah.
D-Day in Asia!
So yeah, basically we launch a D-Day in the Korean Peninsula. The South starts to make huge gains all the way up to the very top of the North, and almost gets all of North Korea. But then the North show up, and the Chinese then put on their big boy pants, and the Soviets put on their big boy pants, and then they.
What do you mean the Soviets? They didn't send troops directly. Why'd they do that?
Huh?
It's just the Chinese.
Then the Soviets
It's
sent
just the Chinese that sent
equipment.
troops. No.
Didn't the
They
Soviets
sent
send
equipment. That's it. That was just equipment. Chinese sent like 500,000 men.
Yeah. So then basically the U.S. and the U.S. and the South and the North and China kind of meet in the middle at the 38th parallel again, and it becomes a stalemate from there, almost. So Mason,
Wow, this is so exciting, guys. Yeah. From very key aspects of this conflict, in my opinion, are pretty humorous. So Luxembourg, Cole, your favorite European nation, Luxembourg, they sent their entire army of 44 men. That's right, 2 4s in a row to go assist this coalition. And they probably did quite well.
Which coalition?
UN coalition.
Woo!
Yep, as you know, Luxembourg's the greatest. And then, of course, the MacArthur's infamous way of saying, "What if we just throw tactical nukes at China?" And then getting fired.
Okay.
Greatest American known to man. Let's go.
Okay, Mason.
USA.
Mason.
USA. USA.
All right, Mason. For the viewers, I need you to explain who MacArthur was.
All right. So, in case you kiddies don't know what MacArthur is, he's a worldwide 5-star general during World War II in the Pacific Theater, and successfully beat Okinawa, liberated the Philippines after losing it. So in general, he's just pretty awesome. He smoked a pipe, which is better than vaping, so he's awesome. And he also served in the Korean War. Actually, the main reason why there was that huge shift against the North, because he invaded in the southeast rather than assisting in the southwest, because it was unexpected.
USA. USA.
So yeah, America's greatest country. Sorry, you guys can't. You guys really can't deny. So, anything you just want to add?
Anybody want to
How about
add
you,
anything
Aiden?
about the Korean War? Because then we can kind of move on and kind of talk about something else random.
Yeah,
about the,
It kind of sounds like
we
the
could-
Civil War a little bit. How it
Which
was
one?
like the North and the South,
Yeah.
the U.S. Civil War.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It kind-
Except the North.
Except,
Except the North is actually good in the American Civil War.
yeah.
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 Yeah. So, but except the North is kind of commies in this one. And
L.
some say that war, the Korean War, is still going on to this day.
Yeah, because now North
Yeah.
Korea is a trigger-happy country.
And North Korea's kind
Yeah,
of
they're
got
a
some
bunch
crazy.
of bunch of midgets.
Yeah, North Korea's got Rocket Man in control of their country.
I mean, they've been trying to get nukes.
Rocket Man. Well, they do have nukes.
Rocket Man. Rocket Man.
North Korea does have nukes here, Mason.
I said
Elton
they've
John,
been
if
trying.
you're watching this, I'm sorry.
John. Oh my God, John Paul Hupay, potential next guest on
Who's
this.
John? What are you talking? What Aiden? Ayo.
Yeah, who's John? Who's John Aiden? You should tell me.
Who's John?
Elton John.
It seems very important.
Oh, Elton John. Oh.
Elton John. Oh, okay. I think he means John
Get
Paul
your
Hupay.
musicians right.
I think that's what Elton John's song is about, though.
Yeah, I think it's about North Korea throwing missiles at Japan. All right, next subject. You just
All right, boys. I gotta head out.
I'm Aiden. He's Cole. Mason's gone. For some reason.
Mason quit on us.
Mason left.
Yeah, he just
Mason quit.
disappeared. Yeah. And that is Matt right there.
Hi, Matt.
Matt,
Hey, guys. Hi.
Matt, can I show you something, Matt?
Yes! Show it to me. What's it?
It's our outro. Here it is.